The day I saw my daughter's ears, I drove straight to her stepmother's house. The moment I saw my 8-year-old daughter's ears, the world seemed to stop. They were red and swollen. There were clear marks around them. I looked at my daughter and asked, "Who did this?" She lowered her head. "Mommy, please don't be angry." That sentence broke my heart. My ex-husband and I had separated several years earlier. We agreed that our daughter should never suffer because of our differences. We decided to co-parent peacefully and allow her to spend time with both of us. My ex-husband had remarried, and honestly, I was never completely comfortable with my daughter staying with his new wife. Whenever she returned from their house, she sometimes looked unkempt. Her clothes would be dirty, her hair untidy, and she was often unusually quiet. I complained to her father several times. He always told me, "She's fine. You're worrying too much." I wanted to believe him. Then came the last long holiday. My daughter spent several days at her father's house. When she finally returned home, I noticed her ears immediately. I gently touched one. She pulled away. "Mommy, it hurts." My heart dropped. I sat her down and asked her to tell me everything. After a long silence, she finally spoke. Her stepmother had asked her to wash the dishes. While washing them, my daughter accidentally dropped a glass and it broke. Instead of simply correcting her, the woman grabbed both her ears and twisted them. My daughter cried, but the woman didn't stop there. She warned her never to tell her father or me. She even threatened that if my daughter told anyone, she would not give her food and would beat her again. My daughter had been terrified. She had carried that secret inside her until I noticed the marks. I felt anger rushing through my body, but I knew I couldn't let my anger make me forget what mattered most: my daughter. I took pictures of her ears and carefully wrote down everything she told me. Then I called a close friend and asked her to stay with my daughter for a while. I got into my car and drove straight to my ex-husband's house. When I arrived, I knocked hard. His wife opened the door. The moment she saw me, she looked surprised. Before she could even ask why I was there, I slapped her. One sharp slap. She staggered backward, completely shocked. I stood at the doorway, shaking with anger. "You touched my daughter?" "Wait, let me explain." "No!" I shouted. "You had the courage to hurt an 8-year-old child and threaten her into silence. Don't stand there and explain anything to me." She tried to deny it, but I told her my daughter had already told me everything and that I had photographed the injuries. I left before the argument could become worse. The next person I called was my ex-husband. I told him exactly what had happened. He was silent for several seconds. Then he asked, "Are you serious?" I said, "Come and look at your daughter's ears yourself." He came immediately. When he saw the marks, his expression changed. For the first time, he understood that my concerns had never been about me worry for no reason. I told him clearly, "You are her father, and I will never stop you from seeing her. You can pick her up, take her shopping, take her to the park, go for lunch, or spend time with her. But there is one condition. And if you don't want me to press charges against your wife, promise me you will abide by the following rules." He looked at me. "Your wife must not be there when my daughter is taken to all places." He agreed. From that day, my daughter stayed with me. Her father could visit and take her out whenever he wanted, but the stepmother was completely excluded from their outings. And my daughter finally felt safe enough to speak. Weeks later, she came running into my arms after returning from an outing with her father. "Mommy, Daddy took me to the park." She was smiling, a real smile. I held her tightly and kissed her forehead. That was when I realized something. My revenge wasn't about destroying anyone's life. It was about taking back my daughter's safety. The woman who thought she could hurt my child and frighten her into silence had learned something she would never forget. She could hurt my daughter once, but she would never get another chance. A child may be too young to fight back, but a mother will never be too weak to protect her.